Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Riverbend Springs. I do hope you're all keeping very well and having an awesome day. So, for those of you who weren't aware, the previous episode down here on Riverbend Springs took place as a live stream. That was episode 16, I think it was. So for those of you who didn't catch that live, that was my kind of celebration to obviously celebrate the milestone of the channel crossing over 8,000 subscribers, which is an absolutely wonderful thing. It really is, and I have every single one of you to thank for that. So without sounding like a stuck record, because I know I did say it multiple times, but to all of you who've watched, subscribed, clicked the like button, all the YouTube things, thank you so very much. It's an incredible thing. But yeah, so that the previous episode did take place as a live stream. I have put it back. I have put it into the playlist. So if any of you are watching in the playlist and watching things in order, you should have. If you've made it here through the playlist, you've probably watched the live stream bit already. But job-wise, what we got covered in that episode was we did a bit. We just essentially just polished off a few of the loose jobs on the farm that needed to get done. So we rolled the big grass field there at the bottom of the hill. We got that done because that needed doing. I limed field 62, which is one of the grass fields that was lacking a bit of lime. We fed the cows. The total mixed ration machine had processed everything that we'd put in there an episode or so ago. It was just north of 100,000 litres. So the cows have now got some TMR. That was me, of course, as you've just seen, just loading up one of the bales into the sheep pen, just to keep them topped up. They're not empty by any sense of the word, but the bales are 65% fermented over in the shed over there. So just for until that does completely ferment, it's still grass, and it'll still count toward the sheep food while it's sat in front of their trough there. So until that does ferment, it'll just keep them completely topped up. But yeah, so we got a bit of field work done, and I also ran the cultivator in the big field at the bottom of the map there, field 76, in preparation to plant some corn next month, which will obviously that's going to rely on me leasing a planter to get the corn planted. And like I said, I'm just going to lease it because there's no point in buying one just to run one session with it to get some corn into the field. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next month, which is going to take place in this episode. I know ordinarily it's March the 3rd, it's 11:15 in the morning. The only job that we've really got to do for our farm today in this in-game day, and we don't really need to do it today, but I'm going to do it today anyway, is we're going to run the lime spreader in the big field 76, because that's obviously we purchased that. I purchased that when I got the big loan out and expanded the farm, and it was just a complete mess. It was full of weeds, it had no crop in it, and it's in good need of a good coat of looking at. It needs everything: fertilizer, lime, etc, etc. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to get that job done. Let's hook up the lime spreader there. What have we got in here? 5,675 litres. So we're going to need to top this up. It's a big field. It's potentially going to take more than one lime spreader full. So either way, we'll get that sorted. Now the bunker silo, that is 37% fermented. Whoops, getting a bit wobbly there. Yeah, that's 37% fermented, so we've got a little bit of time ahead of us for that. But I have actually, just for my own peace of mind and how I like to do things, I have actually, off camera, kind of fast-forwarded time and not saved it, and basically quit and exited out without saving it, just to make sure that everything was running smoothly, especially the grass rolling. Now, I know, obviously, a couple of episodes ago, I was worried that I'd destroyed the fields, but I haven't. It's just something to do, quite particular, I believe, to do with that particular grass roller that I've got, the Gutler Matador. But sure enough, when we get into April, the grass is growing again. It's visually growing. It's growing in the menus. It's all good. It's completely fertilised, and yeah, it's growing fine. So I don't need to worry about that, thankfully. But yeah, it was essentially just to make sure that just everything's running properly, and sure enough, it is. Another interesting thing for those of you who didn't catch the live stream, because I did point out regarding the meadow with the cows. So if I jump into the menu, as you can see, the cows have still got just less than 19,000 litres of the meadow, counting towards their food. Obviously, as you can see there, just over 100,000 litres of TMR. If I go to the growth menu, where are we? There we go. So here is the cow pasture. Now, initially, when I laid the cow pasture down, the grass was ready to harvest, so the whole thing was orange, ready to go. But over time, the cows have been eating the grass, which is wonderful. As you can see in the dark green patches, these are the areas that the cows have been eating, and it's now growing back. So it's working, thankfully, and that's all thanks to a tip I received several episodes back, saying if you want the in-game meadow pasture to work, the fix for it, because it is currently broken, is to place the cow barn down on an actual live field of grass, and then say no when you ask the meadow pasture message asks if you want to lay the pasture down. You say no, and it just plants it. It just sits it on top of the actual grass. So anyway, long story short, that's working for now, so it's great, and it seems like it's growing again. So hopefully, I might be able to maintain that and keep it going, as it were. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so it's all going well. That's the bottom line. That's the the whole brunt of it. So we need to get this thing opened. We shall fill up with this now. Of course, as well as you'll see, we're now under $200,000. So what I did do, I know I did mention it a couple of episodes back, but again, as a result of the big loan that I'd got, I was left with just north of $400,000, and I didn't need that, so I figured it would be a wise idea to at least pay down a little bit of the loan. So I've thrown $200,000 back at the loan to pay a bit of that off, and I kept around the 200,000 mark. Just, it's a nice number to have. I didn't want to completely empty the bank, and I figured it was probably a decent number to have. So we're not going to be struggling. That's the main thing. I've got a little bit of money in the bank, if we obviously for things that need to be done. So we've got more than enough money to lease the planter next month, and just to, just keep us afloat, as it were. So we're going to go and get this lime spreading done, and then pretty much that's going to be us for this in-game day. Like, I know I don't like to waste time, as it were, but the reality is I don't need to scurry around doing contracts right now in a desperate attempt to earn money. Obviously, we've got a 6-figure bank balance for now, so I can relax in that respect. So we're going to get this field done, get it limed, and then it will be ready to get drilled at the beginning of April, which we will get to in this episode as well. So it is a big one. I can pretty much imagine this is going to take a decent amount of time, and it will involve at least a couple of refills with the lime spreader, I believe. So I will do my usual thing, and I'm going to pop it into a bit of a time lapse, the whole field work and coming and going, but it looks a lot better now than what it did. As you can see, we ran the cultivator with the big fent, and the field itself is looking, well, it's starting to look much healthier, isn't it? As you can see, the message says needs lime and 0 fertilizer in here, but we shall write that in the fullness of time. So let's get started. Let's get liming.
Beating hearts don't lie. An empty page, a story to write. I'm in love, you're divine, and it's all in our signs. We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey. attack. A journey for life, and I've already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm alright. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. Hang on, we'll be long gone. Hang on, I cannot go wrong. God, I'm praying I'm not alone in this air. A journey for life, I'm alright. No, no, no,
There we go, job done. And as you can see, we've got left in the hopper 901 litres, 8% of the capacity of this Bredel spreader. So we've done really well out of that. We only needed one refill, as you saw from that cinematic there, so that's all good. Now, is it just me, or has anyone else noticed, like I said, I don't know whether it's just me or not, but has anyone noticed a potential decrease in the amount of lime that fields take, or that fields need? I know I've got a big hopper behind me, I appreciate that. Potentially, I think it's around 10,000 litres the capacity of this thing, but I just feel like since Farming Simulator 22 that, well, the amount of lime, the amount of tanks of lime that it takes to do a field that hasn't had any lime in it previously has kind of decreased. I would have felt that back in 22 that field would have taken multiple refills of this thing just to get done. But whether it's just me or not, I don't know. I suppose primarily back in 22 I was more used to using the kind of the rear-mounted lifted lime spreaders, the smaller ones, you know what I mean? I don't know, like I say, whether it's just me or not. And that was a shoddy bit of reversing there. Let's get in there. There we go. Nice, nice. That'll do. Don't hit my cultivator. I think I do need to give things a bit of a wash here. In fact, let me just jump out. Make sure I'm going back. Oh, look at that. I've not seen that so far. That was a bug I had in Farm Sim 22. Getting out of the cab and seeing my character still in there. Interesting. Oh. I am quite precariously close to that, so I think we need to pull forward a bit and have another go at that. I think I had a good foot or so spare. There we go. That'll do. And yeah, we do need to give these things a bit of a wash. That bednart definitely needs a wash, as does the windrower and this lime tank. That's no way to look after hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of investment, is it? So let's just pop that there for now. We'll turn you off, save your fuel. That definitely needs a wash as well. And I think I actually might need to drag this back a bit, get it a bit closer to the tools. It's very helpful, this. I love this feature. I love how the character looks like he's really struggling to move it. There we go. I'll give you a wash first of all. Now, I have been thinking about the planter thing. Now, I know I did say that I was going to potentially lease a planter. But I might just have a look and seeing if it might be worth just going all out and purchasing one instead. I'm not going to go for a stupidly expensive one, or one, I'm going to go for one of the cheaper ones anyway, just to, you know, there's no point spending where I don't need to. And there's one of my favourite bits of kit in there, the Horsch Partner. I might look at purchasing that. I think that's around about 60 or 70 grand, plus the front tank, which would limit its use to the Fendt, of course. But I have always liked that bit of equipment. It's just over 6 metres, or just under 6.7 metres, I think. So for around about an investment of around about $80,000, we might have ourselves a full-time planter on the farm as well. I'm going to have a look at it and see if it's worthwhile or not. Obviously, we can do corn with it, which is what we're going to be doing Field 76 with for now, because like I mentioned a couple of episodes ago, it seems silly for me to have that field empty for months until I can plant, you know, wheat or barley in there. It seems a bit of a waste, so, and it was a lot of money. So it makes sense to me that we put something in that field and get it earning for us as soon as possible. I'm sure you'll all agree with me on that one. So we'll pull this thing back here. Roughly, there we go. Let's get out of that, pick that up, and we'll give me a wash. Still there. And then the next stage, I think we are going to call it here for March. There's not much else that we've got going on the farm. All the fields are now worked with. They're exactly where they need to be. So we will have an early finish, as it were, and then go to sleep. Come back on the nice and early 1st of April. And go from there. So, I'll get this thing stowed away nicely in the shed. And I'll pick you all back up. Well, for you guys it'll be a matter of seconds. I shall pick you all back up very shortly. In the first few moments of April. So, see you soon. Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to April. I've got to say, I love these spring months. Now that the greenery's coming back, the trees look a bit more alive. They've got stuff growing on the branches. The grass on the edges here has turned green as opposed to that relatively dull brown. So everywhere's got a bit more vibrance to it, hasn't it? It's wonderful. Love it. So we're going to crack on. We are going. I have decided I'm going to purchase the planter and front tank. So I think it would be a good investment on the farm. It'll give us the opportunity in the future to plant the likes of corn, obviously, which is what we're going to do today, but we'll also have the opportunity, if needed, to plant sunflowers and sorghum and a few other things as well. So I think it'll be a wise, well, I'm convincing myself it's going to be a wise investment. At least we'll have the opportunity to plant pretty much everything that that you can do in the game, almost anyway. We'll have the ability to plant green beans as well, which is great. Let's drop that front weight off, because we're going to need the front bracketry there for the seed tank. So while we're on our mission here, we're going to go straight to the shop. I am going to call past a bit of everything here. We're going to call past the sheep and see how these guys are doing. Primarily just to have a look at this loose bale, because having this loose bale here will just help me to give an idea where they're up to in the fermentation status. So 95%, right, so that's excellent. So this one's nearly done with here. What we've got in here still, we've got 3,172 litres left of this bale, and only 5% left to ferment. So that gives me an idea how those bales are doing in the shed down there. We'll jump into the menu very quickly and have a look. So, right. So rain's coming for 3 o'clock this afternoon, so I think we've got more than enough time ahead of us to get this field planted with corn. That's the main thing. Let's drop down and have a look at the animals there, the cows. So they're... If I remember correctly, at the end of last month, the straw levels, they were just over 90,000 litres, so they've not actually used a huge amount of straw. So that's good. It means that they're not going through the straw very quickly. They've still got just under 85,000 litres of TMR as well. So again, they're not bashing through that lot, which is good. So we've got a bit of time ahead of us to get things fermented away and get some more TMR. Now, you'll have to forgive that bit. Forgive me. If you look at the sky there, when I rotate left and right, this is a direct result, I believe, of the... Fidelity super resolution that I've got running on here to keep the frame rates as smooth as possible. But unfortunately, I think it's a combination of the FSR3 and the fog, possibly. So if I do it really slowly, you don't see it. But anyway, so please forgive that, ladies and gentlemen. That's something that's a little bit beyond me. But as you can see, the field of grass here is growing, which is excellent. Cows are all looking good. Their health was all at 100% as well, which is very good. The sheep and the cows are at 100% health, so that's brilliant. We'll have a quick call past the bunker here, see how that's doing. Where we're up to there with the fermenting levels. I can't actually see past my monitor there, but let's just go at it blindfolded then. Fingers crossed. Let's just pull up there very quickly. Now I'm keeping the twins on the fence for this job, for the planting job, because it seems to make sense in my mind anyway. That when we hitch up the new planter that we haven't quite bought yet, and the weight of the front tank as well, it'll help keep the weight spread across the 8 tires instead of the 4. So what we are at 66% fermented. Excellent. Right. Okay, that's good. can leave that to its own devices now for the next day or so. Right, we're all clear that way. I'm going to reverse out, of course. There we are. Nice. And while we're on the way to the shop, we'll have a quick look over there. But by the looks of things, the grass seems to be growing very well over there as well. So I don't need to fret too much about that grass roller having destroyed my crop. It all seems to be working. So, did I just see a pink icon on the floor then? I'm going to have to go back and have a look at that very quickly. Hope I don't get in anybody's way with the tractor there. I did. What's that? That's strange. I have no idea what that is. And there's the other one. Wonder what that's all about. Let me jump into the construction menu. Just briefly. So what's that referring to? It's right on the edge of the... Interesting. Enter demolition mode. I'm not going to delete it, of course. Just wasn't expecting to see such a vast tip area there. And now I've just seen a car go down the road, and my tractor's in the way. Sorry. Coming. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Absolute chaos. To be fair, I did leave the tractor right on the end of a junction there, didn't I? Sorry. Right, come on. Right, okay, so destination shop. And there, as you can see, the grass fields are growing. I won't stop because that... well, there you go. The impatient driver. Yeah, sorry, mate. Grass fields are growing. That's all that matters. Excellent stuff. Right, so let's get to the shop. Spend a bit of money. And crack on with drilling some corn. There we go. Money spent. Very happy with that, though. It looks a bit of a beast, quite frankly, if I don't say so myself. So we went for the Horsch Partner front tank and the Horsch Maestro 9.75 RX planter, and I did kit it out with the fertilizer addition as well, so this will apply solid fertilizer at the same time. Now I know the capacity of this thing at the back isn't particularly big. I think it's got a seed capacity of about 670 something litres perhaps. The front tank has a slightly larger capacity at a couple of thousand, so we'll have to spread that between the solid fert and the seed. But there is a way of doing all this via auto drive when it comes to needing to fill up with seed. The plan I've got in mind is, because we are going to be drilling the big field with this, so what I'm going to do is we've got two big bags of solid fertilizer back at the farm, so I'm gonna hope for now that we've got enough with that. I'm not going to spend any more money on solid fert. We'll see how far that goes, and if I do need to come back and get some more, I will. But because of the smaller capacity of seed, what I'm going to do is we're going to fill this up at the farm with seed, obviously, and then I'm going to send the telehandler with the flatbed trailer with a couple more pallets of seed over to the field, and I'm going to have that sat at the field edge near where the auto drive node is for field 76. And what I should be able to do is run Courseplay in auto drive, so I can put the whole thing into a bit of a cinematic, but I can also then tell this thing temporarily while it's there that to refill with seed at the field 76 node, and if the telehandler and trailer is nearby that and within range, it should, I hope... Oh, hang on a minute, have I folded that up? Goodness me, what an absolute cowboy. Yeah, it should tell the... this thing should fill up at field 76 as long as the flatbed trailer with the pallets of seed are nearby within fill range. So that's the plan. I have done that before back on Court Farms in 22 with... I can't remember what product I was refilling, but yeah, as long you can send it to any point as long as there is something nearby that it can refill with. It'll work. It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual refill point like the lime tank that we did before, for example. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. So let's get ourselves back to the farm. Now that pink marker that I found on the floor before, I've only just realised that was store deliveries. For some reason my store deliveries was set to that area, and store deliveries has just recently been updated, and it now gives off a bright electric pink icon colour when you place it down. So that's actually what that was. So confusion over, it's no longer there. So, hello. Sorry. Stop sign. I wonder what those artifacts are. Goodness me, look at that. It's such a difficult game, this, to get this absolutely perfect, isn't it? I must admit, it's a bit of a pain. I'll be honest, at times anyway. That flashing artifact that was just floating around in the sky then. Right, anyway, so here we are. Let's get everything opened up, ready. So let's get that thing opened up. Can I open... I need to unfold that. Is there an option to open up the lids of the little seed tubs here? Open cover. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right. Excellent. So we'll turn that off. I'm going to go and get the telehandler. We're going to load this thing up with seed. And go from there. Right. Carefully does it here. Let's get this front tank filled up with the solid fert, that what we've got on the farm. This is literally it, so I'm hoping that this will go the distance, as it were. We shall see. Let's pick that up. Extend the boom out a little bit. There we go. This, I think, will take both of these bags. I think. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Let me just have a look at that, actually, and see if we... Does this thing take seed? No, no. This is entirely solid. Oh, 1,600 litres. Right, forgive me. I think there might have been an option to increase the size of it, but right, 1,600 litres. Let's hope that goes the distance. I think what I will do, though, I'll send this... I'll put these two bags on the flatbed trailer when we send them... When I send this thing over to the field. Let's bring those tines in a bit. There we are. We'll take from the top shelves first. Let's have a look here and see if I can put this... tool inclinationometer thing to the test. So now let's get that. No, I'm trying to get it to 0. There we go. Get that to 0. So it's perfectly flat. Oh no, I was a tiny bit too high. There we are. Well, that really does make a difference. It really does. Nice. Okay, let's bring that down there so I don't damage my garage door. Grateful for your patience, ladies and gentlemen, watching me operate a telehandler. Right, so this should just... I know you can reverse things up to the pallets and just, you know, click refill and off you go, but there's just something... It just seems better doing it this way, but the pallets I know aren't going to auto-fill. They're not going to tip in, are they? So if I just go to here now, refill. There we go. Okay. 630 litres, right. Let's close those down. Let's close that. Nice. Let's get that started, get the engine warm again. I'll spend a couple of minutes now. I'm going to load up the flatbed trailer with a pallet or two of seed and those last couple of bags of solid fert. I'll get everything over to the field and I'll pick you up there in a few minutes' time. Right, okay, so this is the kind of layout that I had in mind, and I'm almost certain this should work. If I jump in the tractor here now, you see, so if you have a look at the auto drive heads-up display there, I've got the load function set. It's not activated, of course, yet, but I've got the destination as field 76, and I've got the load point as field 76, and I've got it set to seeds. So if I bring up the auto drive nodes there, as you'll see, it's at field 76, and I've positioned the Merlot and the flatbed trailer right next to it. So if we do run out of seed, the tractor, through automation and using the might of CORSAIR and auto drive, should, if it does run out, make its way to this node, auto fill up with seeds from the trailer that's parked right next to it, and then crack on. And it saves having to faff around going back and getting, you know, the trailer and the Merlot and all that when if we were to run out of seed. So that's the plan. So fingers crossed it works. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I think I'm going to throw a bit of music behind this big job here, and we're going to get planting our corn. See you in a bit. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The corn is in the ground. Now, I must admit, I suppose it's not my fault, is it? But I do apologise for the, quite frankly, shoddy visuals that came about during that cinematic. I've no idea what the cause was. I'm intrigued to know if any of you guys have the same thing. But during the planting of that corn, as I'm sure you saw, whether it was something to do with the previously existing lime that was spread on top of the field, but as you can see, when we were seeding the corn, planting the corn, it was working fine physically, I suppose, but visually it was kind of just appearing and reappearing in big chunks, wasn't it? Which was well, it was a bit rubbish, really, quite frankly. But hey ho, the job is done. The corn is in the ground, so let's get ourselves back. And as you might have been able to tell as well, the whole prep of the having the telehandler and the trailer at the side of the field was completely unnecessary. We had plenty. We've still got 25. Whoa, we've still got 25% solid fert left in the front tank there, and we've got 55% seed left. So yeah, it was. I mean, I suppose it's better to be ready and all that stuff, but it was completely unnecessary nonetheless. So back to the farm. I think for this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it here because I think we've been going on now for north of half an hour or so. So I think I am going to call it here. There's the telehandler that I sent back via auto drive, of course. So I'll just park this thing up here. There we go. We'll get it unloaded, tidy up, give everything a wash off. It's a good planter though. It really is. Performed very well. It did absolutely admirably in the field there. It didn't miss a single spot, but that's course play doing its thing. But yeah, very happy with its performance. And its seed rate, obviously. Because all this was completely unnecessary. But anyway, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed the video and found it a little bit of fun and a little bit interesting. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does wonders, helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing Farming Simulator 25 and you like the idea of supporting the channel and helping out a content creator, as always, I'd be massively appreciative. And of course, on top of that, if you are looking for a multiplayer server to play with your mates and you like the idea of helping a content creator out and supporting the channel, please consider using my G-Portal affiliate link, which will be in the video description below. That will also get you a 10% reduction in the price of that server. So thanks again, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.